There is a machine from outer space that is whooping our ass. It is loaded beyond capacity of our imaginations. We are not prepared for this. It's an extinction level event if there are more than one of these.
And that is what I would tell you. Make sure you are a sci-fi lover for this. If you are a sci-fi lover, then this is your bag. This is your lane. If
And
you
I
do
grew up
not
on
if you
sci-fi
do
shit.
not give a fuck about sci-fi, then this is not the movie for you.
You already know what it is. Geeked out. It's your boy Chance.
Yo, what up, Geeked Out? It's your favorite rebel Rook in the building.
It's Doughboy Fresh, aka Fresh Daily, aka DBF Baby. Please say the baby.
You are now tuned in.
2. Geeked Out. Same pod. Same squad.
You already know what it is. Your boy Chance. Rebel Rook is in the building.
It's good.
I'm not even gonna tell y'all should know who we are because you should be followed already. You should be subscribed, followed, all that good stuff. But in the case that you ain't, I guess I'll say it anyway. Make sure you hit the follow, make sure you hit the subscribe. If you listen to us on audio, we appreciate y'all. If you don't and you want to, we are on Spotify, Apple, and iHeartRadio and all other audio platforms. So make sure y'all follow on all. And we do have a spin-off show that we just did right now, and it's called Geeked Out Screen Binge. So make sure y'all go check that out, where we review old or new TV movie franchises or TV shows that we binged to give you our thoughts and opinions, real ones. Because if we start watching it and it sucks, we're gonna tell you and we ain't gonna finish it. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's trash.
with that being said, you already know what it is. You seen the thumbnail. You know what we doing. I'm gonna let Rook run point. War Machine, my man Alan, that's my boy. Jack Reacher, whoop your ass if you his neighbor. You know who he is. Rook, let's run it.
Yo, shout out to Alan. Shout out to Two Fingers Down. Y'all know what that's about. My man Rice Cowie. I'm Team Cowie. But if you on two wheels, I'm with you anyway. So, War Machine did exactly what somebody's review said it was meant to do, but they said it wouldn't do. He was trashing this shit, and he was just so comical about it that if he was right, like, it would have been great, but he was terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Movie is at least a 7 out of 10. It's very thrilling, very entertaining, keeps you at the edge of your seat. Cool storyline, casting.
It
They
does.
got-
The only thing I would say, and didn't mean to cut you off, is while you give your 7 out of 10, the only gripes I have, and I told Rook off camera, and for y'all, I'd advise you to watch the trailer. Because I didn't watch the trailer. So for some reason, just because it's my boy and it's Jack Reacher, I just assumed it was going to be a totally different movie. But that's on me because I didn't watch the trailer. So I just advise you, if it's something that you want to watch after this, just make sure you do pay attention and you do check out the trailer so you know what's happening.
So we got, who's it? He played Deathstroke at one point, Esai Morales. Dennis Quaid, who's, he's good for the role that he's put in, man. Immediately when I saw him, I was like, all right, if he's in the movie for 10 minutes, it's gonna be 10 great minutes.
Mm.
As you know, Alan, and in the movie, damn, I don't know if I gotta find something to relate. Jai Courtney, that dude's Brolic. He played Boomerang.
Yeah,
Remember
Suicide
Boomerang?
Squad. Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so he up in there. He plays Alan's brother, and
I mean, I think you did pass.
died.
I think you passed over Esai Morales a little too easily. That he is a goat. He is a goat, my man.
No, he a professional. That's what I'm saying. The casting was crazy.
And-
Stefan Jones,
Yeah,
my man's that was in 21 Bridges with Chadwick Boseman. He's
Yeah.
in here.
he was the number 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, did you know that what is it? Kean Linesdale, whatever, the guy that was in Flash. He was the yellow one, Kid Flash.
Yes, he's in there. I saw him.
Yeah, he's in there too. So
Yeah, he was 60.
Yeah, they had some people up in there.
All right. Really tight cast. Shout out to Netflix for this. They built it up for a sequel. I'm just gonna leave that there.
They definitely did.
All right, so Chance's, I gotta address this. I've been waiting to address this. So Chance's gripe with the movie is not what he expected it to be.
No.
But one, unless you saw a preview or read the premise, you shouldn't go in there with any expectations. You should go in there with a blank sheet because you don't know anything about the film. So it should make it easier for you to watch the film. If you did see the preview or read about it, well, the expectations are simple. There is a machine from outer space that is whooping our ass. It is loaded beyond capacity of our imaginations. We are not prepared for this. It's an extinction level event if there are more than one of these.
And that is what I would tell you. Make sure you are a sci-fi lover for this. If you are a sci-fi lover, then this is your bag. This is your lane.
And I grew up on
If you
sci-fi.
do not give a fuck about sci-fi, then this is not the movie for you.
Now, I grew up on the Sci-Fi Channel, War of the Worlds, you name it, seen it. So many different ways that this could come to an end. So, just keep an open mind there. Yo, if you playing Titanfall, any game that got a war machine in it, you already know what I'm talking about. This was an unwinnable battle.
Yeah,
and it made me want to go and join the army now as they changed the recruiting age and moved it up from 32.
It made you want to go join with the way that they were dying?
Yep.
You a wild one for that.
I've always glorified the United States Army Rangers. Always.
Oh yeah, the Rangers was crazy. I just meant like they were dying. Like so you basically, you basically signed up for death.
I know some Rangers. This is just a few, but yeah, I've always I got family that served. Man, United States Army Rangers. Yeah, that shit had me excited. And so in the movie, he's trying to become a ranger because his brother dies early in the movie, and he's haunted by not crossing the finish line with his brother in terms of getting him to safety and getting him help because he was alive before he died. But he was running out of blood and he passed out, and his brother died while he was passed out.
That was a good twist.
Yeah, man, I felt for him the whole time, but at the same time too, shout out to Stefan who plays Seven. If he only knew, like Dennis Quaid's character, Esai's character, they knew what he was, what he could be as far as being a leader. But he was very selfish in his pursuit to just I just want to cross the finish line. You're going to be an Army Ranger. All right, these are leaders, these are thinkers, these are doers. They're not just hammers to nails.
Yeah.
That's real life shit. There's more expected of you from being an Army Ranger. And eventually that leadership comes out. Granted, so many had to die. And I was getting upset as I watched people freaking die because this machine was unbearable. It got shields. It can fly. All right. It camouflaged itself at one point. All right. It hunted them down, laid traps.
I was getting Predator vibes.
Yes, right. With the assortment of weapons it had, I was like, yo, Predator built the machine and sent it down.
Mm-hmm.
But they wouldn't do that. They'd rather come down themselves.
I think that's one of the things that kind of took me out of it too. I was like, did they copy the Predator thing? Like
No,
with the way it scans and then the way the red dot and then they're dead.
It is just a war machine.
But I mean, to the defense, I mean, you can't really make it work any other way with kind of that way because it's not a human. So you got to kind of do that. But I was surprised with some of the people that died.
I wasn't. I felt like, yo, damn, like he's gonna start to lead, and this is gonna start to hurt. Like he's gonna start to lead, and he's gonna start to lose them, and he's gonna have to make a decision to let this shit break him, or come out on top here, and be able to bring it home. Like, yo, I defeated one. Here's how we do it, because that's your mission now. Your mission now is to get back as soon as you can, and if you can defeat it, good. If you can't, retool, get together with everybody, and formulate an assault. Like I said, this movie is not only inspirational as far as recruitment is concerned, but you want something to keep you at the edge of your seat like this, in your grill.
It is.
There's no respite in this movie.
Yeah, it is nonstop action, and it doesn't feel like as long as it is.
Word. The movie's 2 hours.
It is an easy watch. It is an easy watch.
It played fast, man. It played fast, and it was insanely furious. Yeah. Our cold, calculated ass machine. There's a scene in that movie where they see this. They see like the imprint of when it crashed down, and it like cleared a path through a mountain.
Oh yeah. So they went through the mountain.
And I was like, yo, son, you realize that shit came out unscathed, right? What kind of armor is on there?
Yep.
Conventional bullets is not for this. From the time I see that, I'm like, yo, save the 50 cal.
It did nothing.
They riddled it with bullets and not even a scratch.
Did nothing.
Absolute waste. But you got to try something. We're not spoiling anything here, so if I tell you the end, it's not a spoiler.
I mean, we're reviewing it, so we're kind of spoiling it.
All right, go see it.
So spoiler.
But I'm not going to get to the end yet. I'm not. But well, the thing that I will say is, it gave me Battle of LA vibes.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Woo! With Neo.
Mm-mm.
All right. No, it wasn't Neo, was it? No, I think he was in it too, because he did a bunch of military movies. Anyway, Battle of LA, my girl Michelle Rodriguez is in there. Love you, Michelle.
Okay.
It gave me that vibe because we're fighting something we can't necessarily defeat at the time. We're not capable. It is for those of you who are dreamers or who think beyond our realm of existence. Every time you think about something outside of us, you think about it being more advanced than we are.
Mm-hmm.
And we only built weapons so far to defeat ourselves, to defeat each other. Learn that on Independence Day, we have not made anything beyond the capability of man.
Independence is a low-key good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Box office, low key, high key.
Because not a lot of people talk about Independence Day, but moving on.
Wait till July, that shit gonna pop up. So it gave me that vibe because, you know, I think about this often, man, and you gotta be a sci-fi fan. Like I said, I grew up on that channel. If something comes along that lines, yo, the movie works out, but does it work out for us in the real? Do we get a chance to regroup and battle back?
Oh, let's be real. This was real. Alan would have died. There was too much shit that was happening. Like even the waterfall, he'd have been dead.
I think he'd live.
Mm,
All right, willpower is a real thing.
that is
It's a
true.
real thing. It'll get you through. All right, you got a lot of stories of military vets, whether they're Marines, Army, Delta, going through some crazy shit and just like, yo, I gotta get back.
Yeah.
The tank they drove when they got in that shit, I was like,
Oh
man,
yeah. That shit was big as fuck.
any other time they're safe as hell in that tank.
Yep.
I've
Anytime.
seen that tank before.
You can't do anything to the tank.
That machine tore that shit apart like it was cutting through a tin can.
Like a toy car.
Carved through it with all of its arsenal. And I was just like, y'all ain't safe. Y'all are in a box. Y'all are fish in a fucking barrel in this damn in this can, yo. Emperor Vision, like I said, Army Ranger, you know, just to get to the end, like he had to improvise. He's down to just him and 7. Everybody's dead.
Everybody.
All right. He's really messed up about it. But he at the same time, he bucks up, man. And he's like, he realizes something. It has a vent. All right, it lets out exhaust. Steam.
Which is a flashback to his brother.
You know, he figures it out. He comes up with a plan on how to defeat that machine. And with yo, that wasn't easy.
It wasn't.
So he drove the big cat, that the machine, the truck, the construction truck with the lift.
And he was basically fighting him.
Yeah. You know what it gave me? Alien vibes.
Yep. Well, not the same because it wasn't like a against humanity type shit, but what was that movie? Steel? Real Steel?
Mm. He needed some added aid to fight the machine. He needed some machine to fight the machine. And he pretty much suffocated it until it overheated. And here's where I got my Predator comparison. The machine doesn't laugh, and I wish it did. I'd take off my glasses, bro. When that shit is melting down, it drops those last litter of freaking cluster bombs, and I'm like, yo, did he just Predator?
Yeah, that was a whole bunch of shit.
He's like, yo, self-destruct activated. Nothing here is going to live. Y'all are not going to recover me. Gone.
He said, oh, I'm about to go out. You about to go out too.
Word, I'm taking you with me. Savage. I'd watch this movie again.
Now you're on your own on that one. This will be a first last for me.
bro, it was a thrill ride. If it was a roller coaster, yo,
But again,
I ain't enough to get back on.
But again, to my point that I said, I'm not a real big sci-fi guy.
Understood. I mean, it's acquired taste out here. I'll be lining up to get on that ride again though. Definitely if it's like the Velocicoaster down at Universal. Let's run it back.
Yeah, my daughters love that ride.
That ride is so awesome. I watch my tear.
You know,
tear come out of my face, and I watch it fly away.
You heard me?
You told me what?
I said my 12-year-old rides that.
Damn right.
She is wild.
To live without fear.
Yeah, she definitely is a wild one. So just to get to the end and basically say what you said, so you are looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, he carries 7 across the line with him. Because he's badly wounded, he can't walk. Man, I think he broke his fucking femur or some shit.
They didn't even give him a rest. He was right back to it.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy for me. He's like, welcome to the Rangers. We right back out.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna get me an MRE, some water, retool. Let's get out there. And he had time to rest. It's called the nap you take on the helicopter. Shit. On that Black Hawk, a lot of dudes be napping.
I'm just saying he didn't get to heal, so he got to be at like 70%.
Yeah, adrenaline's.
I mean, but then again, they're attacking, so I mean, it really
ain't no time for rest. Everybody's called to duty right now.
That gave me 4th of July vibes. We're
fighting for our lives, man.
Yeah.
And that was on a global scale. It definitely gave Independence vibes because at the end of the movie, you see those things landed everywhere, and we started a unilateral assault with the rest of the world, which is the same thing that happened at the end of the day with Independence Day Part 1. It leads us into Part 2, where the world is together. And it's sad, but I love it because it brings us all together.
So what do you think is going to happen in a Part 2? Just the whole thing, all out war?
Yeah, they're gonna take a page out of Independence Day Part 2, and it's all out war where we're gonna be doing some losing, and we're gonna have to figure it out. But we're gonna be working with all these other countries and trying to save humanity. And I'm all for it, because while we are at war with each other all the time for thousands of years, man, there's something greater than us. There's always been something greater than us, and God help you if it comes from sky or sea to come fuck with us, because we're not prepared.
That is true.
And our borders aren't real borders. All right, there are no walls. The only wall that exists is the Great Wall of China. There are no walls.
Yep, that is true. So
go see War Machine, man.
You gave it 7 out of 10.
Yeah. It's not perfect, but it's an action movie, and it's a damn near perfect action movie.
I'll give it 7 out of 10, only because, like I said, 1, Alan's my dude, and 2, like I think the only reason why I'm down on it is because it's my fault, because I had just other expectations for it. Because had I not had expectations, then I probably this show's pretty solid.
He just wiped the slate clean, man. I chief and pass the Dutchie on the left hand side, and watch it again.
But again, this is a one and done for me. I don't think I can get enough Chief to watch it again. But that doesn't mean don't watch it. It is good for a one watch.
Definitely rated running back.
So with that being said, we'll wrap this up. You guys should definitely see it though. I mean, you're not gonna watch it back. This piece of shit. Like, it's a good watch. Again, get ready for the next episode with the squad. We'll be back on Sunday or Monday, like we do. You know what I mean? We'll film on Sunday. You'll get the episode on Monday. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we do have the spinoff Geeked Out Screen Binge. So make sure y'all check on them episodes. There will be 2 episodes up probably by the time you hear this. And there'll be a third one because I will be doing my season 2 Outer Banks. And I'm pretty sure Rook will be doing what he does. He'll be in there. Jess will be in there. Rook might be giving you some anime soon. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing we doing. So
soon. We doing a GOAT battle already.
Yeah. So if anime is your thing, then get ready for Rook.
I'll leave with this note as far as the military is concerned and our country. And, we got a lot of shit going on that we don't like or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you think about what has always influenced people to join our military, and to want to fight for the country. Yeah, I mean, death comes with it, the territory, but somebody has to do it. It's the fact of what we're always fighting for, no matter who's in office, locally or federally. We have freedoms here that we don't have nowhere else.
Yep.
All right, we have the freedom to complain. All right, we can call our elected officials assholes and shit and out their name and not get black bagged for it. We have freedoms here that they don't have anywhere else, and people will line up every day with that knowledge in mind to go fight for that, to go fight to hold on to that. And that's really the kicker for me. That's the reason why, you know, they changed that military age. It gave me a little itch, but I'm like, nah, chill. But I'm still selective service, and I'm just like, yo, if it ever came to it, you have to have that why in your head for why you're doing it, and your why is everything.
Definitely. Can't say anything better than that. So with that being said, same pod, same squad.
Now tuned in.
2. Geeked Out. Same pod. Same squad.